Hello, how are you? Today I brought a recipe for your lunch, for your dinner, for you who want to control your blood sugar, want to lose weight, who follow a low-carb diet. You're not going to believe it. It's a complete meal, very tasty. Everyone will love it. You don't even need to be on a diet or want a healthy lifestyle to enjoy this recipe. Before we start, I want to ask you if you like single dish meals or if you prefer a meal with several different dishes. I think these single dish meals really save us, especially when we're busy or on the weekend, right? And while you're at it, leave a like on the video. That helps me a lot here on the channel and shows YouTube that you like and trust my content. To do everything just right with the correct amounts, take a look at the description because I'll leave the ingredients there for you. Here I have my ground beef. When you go to buy ground beef, try to choose a leaner cut preferably, if you can. Go for knuckle, and if possible, ask to have it ground on the spot because then the meat will be fresher, right? Avoid buying those that are already ground and ready because sometimes they might have breadcrumbs, grated bread, or other things besides just the meat, okay? So that's an important point. There's a video here on the channel with more details. I'll leave it down below for you. Let's season it. I'm gonna add a little salt here. Let me scrape some salt off. And these seasonings are all optional, but necessary for the meat to be really flavorful. I'm going to add a bit of dehydrated garlic here. If you want to grate a clove of garlic in here, that works really well too. I'm going to add a little bit of oregano, which I think will go well with this style I'm making. I'm going to add a bit of smoked paprika, which I also love. And here, if you want to add some heat or even regular paprika, that works too. And I'm going to add black pepper, but really, if you want to add any other seasoning you like, it works. For example, if you want to add cumin, Syrian pepper, it really depends on your taste and the kind of flavor profile that you want to go for. For this one, I'm aiming for something like this, more of an Italian vibe. So that's why I went with paprika, oregano, garlic. Tell me, what kind of filling and seasonings would you use? I'm just using these dried seasonings in this recipe, but like I said, if you want to grate some garlic, chop up some onion, add parsley, you can add whatever you like. Tell me, what's your go-to seasoning for making your ground beef raw, since we're still going to cook it later? For now, that's it, and now I'm going to grab our second ingredient so we can start assembling everything. This dish is so easy to make and it looks so beautiful. So, to assemble everything here, I'm going to use zucchini, which I've already boiled it in salted water until it gets really soft like this. If you want to use eggplant, that's also really good. I grabbed one here so we can start assembling. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to take some of our ground beef and spread it over the zucchini. Don't just put it on the edge, okay? Spread it all over the zucchini because that way everything helps stick together. You'll understand better in a second. We do it like this, and don't use an absurd amount either. I know we like meat, we want it to have a lot of meat, but remember, we're going to roll this up. If it gets too thick here, it won't turn out right. So we lower it like this, and then we start rolling it up, just like making a zucchini roulade. Look how nice it turns out. Then I'll put it here in my baking dish, which is already greased with olive oil. I'll add more ingredients later to make it extra delicious, but I'll redo it here so you understand, because I'll have to make them all anyway to fill up the baking dish here. But just so you understand, look. We take the meat and put a thin layer here, then roll it up and place it here. So that's what I'm going to do. When it's ready, I'll show you how it turned out here and we'll add the other ingredients. Hold on, I'll be right back. It looks really beautiful, doesn't it? Now I'm going to take a bit of tomato and put it here in the middle, in the little gaps that are left. You'll see what I mean. And then I'll put it in the oven to bake. You can put a little on top as well. Tomato is also great because it gives the dish more body, adds more flavor, of course. And it doesn't have a lot of carbs, so it's really good for making you feel full. It has a lot of fiber, it has beta carotene, so it's a great option for us here too. I'm going to put a little bit on top here too, because I love it. So, Patricia, didn't you season the tomato? Here, I didn't season it now because I'm going to add the sauce later, which is already well seasoned. This sauce is from my own recipe. I think that's enough tomato. I like it too, but you don't need to add that much. And this sauce is from my recipe, super seasoned, which I have here on the channel. So if you want to make it at home too, I suggest you do, right? I'll leave the video here for you to follow along, okay? Later, I'm going to add cheese. But why am I not adding cheese now? Because I don't want the cheese to burn. Since this meat is raw, it's going to need to stay in there for a while in the oven. This here will need to bake, and if I put the cheese now, I'm afraid it will really end up burnt. So I'm going to leave it in the oven for a bit. Once it's ready, I'll add the cheese just to let it brown on top, okay? So let's take this delicious dish to bake. When it's done, I'll come back and add some cheese just to give it that basic gratin finish. In a little while, I'll come back to show you when I add the cheese. Hang on. I just took it out of the oven. It took 40 minutes for it to get like this, nice and cooked. If you want to serve it like this, you absolutely can. I'm going to sprinkle a little grated cheese on top now. But if you don't want to add dairy, if you don't eat cheese, know that this is completely optional. I'm going to put it back just a few minutes in the oven just to melt the cheese, and in a little bit I'll be back so we can try it. Hold on, I'll be right back. Look, now I'm going to cut it so you can see the texture inside. Make this at home, you're going to love it for sure. Look how amazing this is, really stuffed. The meat is well cooked. Make it, it's going to be a hit. Remember to like the video and share it with anyone you know who will enjoy it and needs it. Let's spread this chain of kindness. That's what I want here on the channel. Let's try it. This paprika here gave it such a special touch. It's absolutely wonderful. Make it. You're going to love it. See you next time. Bye.